Gary, you really ready?
Yeah, of course I'm ready.
All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go, Gary.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gary and Kenny Show. I'm Gary KROEGER in Waterloo, Iowa, and I am joined by... That's your cue, Kenny.
Oh, James Rolfe.
That was so easy.
I thought we were going to go down the line. Okay.
No,
it's
because
you,
we
Kenny.
discussed
That's
this.
your cue.
I refuse to go on because you didn't do it right, Gary.
No,
So-
we could still start the show this way.
No, just
We'll
come
still
right
start
up and
the show.
introduce James as our guest.
Well, why don't we just take care of the opening part? This was the Gary and Kenny Show. It's
All
just
right.
easier. I
Okay.
like introducing.
But then right after that, you go.
Yeah,
right,
don't worry about it.
All
Just say, hi, I'm Kenny.
What
I think it was our first show.
What was I supposed to say again?
Whatever. Say you're Fred Rogers. I don't care.
Okay.
Yes. That's the best.
Ready?
All right, here we go.
Ready?
All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gary and Kenny Show. I'm Gary KROEGER, coming to you from Waterloo, Iowa. And I am joined by, as always...
What, you don't remember my name?
I remember your name. I thought you would. I'm giving you some more
I
screen
liked
time.
it when you introduced me instead of me.
All right,
having to
I am
say my
joined
name.
by Kenny Seisler in Calabasas, California. Hi, Ken.
Thank you. Thank you. How
All
are
right.
you? Good.
I'm very well. You know what? I'm kind of excited about our guest today. Yeah. Doesn't that get a response? Look, Kenny, you know that I have 5 kids, right?
You were talking to me? I had no idea.
I'm talking to you, Kenny. I have
Oh.
5 kids. I have a blended family. I have 2 of my own, and I have 3 kids. They age from 16 to 22. You know what? They don't give a crap about the Gary and Kenny Show. They really don't. We have.
Are we canceled?
We have major producers. We have celebrities on the show. We have major writers, and they're really not interested. I told them who our guest was today.
Oh, fuck them too.
I told them,
and your 5 fucking kids.
I told them that today our guest is the creator of Angry Video Game Nerd. And they went out of their minds.
Wow.
Out of their minds.
Wow,
They will.
really?
So our viewership goes up by 5 at least.
Oh,
today.
Okay, terrific. Okay.
All right. Well,
send them my regards.
His name, pay no attention to the name on the screen. His name is James Rolfe. And if you're over the age of 22 years old, he is an internet entrepreneur. I mean, he has, and the number's probably gone up, correct me if I'm wrong, 3.5 million subscribers.
Yep.
That's about 3.5 million more than we have.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's
But-
right.
Yeah, but he's a filmmaker, an actor, producer, YouTuber, online personality. His web series, Angry Video Game Nerd, and his subsequent viral celebrity are what we're going to talk about. But first, why don't we take a look at a clip? Kenny, you're the clip guy. Roll the clip.
That TV is just out of the question. It's a little too busy back there, but that's okay because I believe the only true way to play Atari is on an old piece of shit like that. Damn. Damn! A point. 1 fucking point! And then you gotta drive all the way back! Every 8 hours a point! Those are the slowest points in video game history! Did Penn and Teller really make this game, or did Andy Warhol rise from the dead?
Dead or alive. These games fucking suck.
I distinctly remember printing out happy birthday banners and stuff like that, which would just print across several sheets of paper. It would come out, it would take like an hour, and it'd be like,
And now, will you please welcome Mr. James Rolfe? Applause, applause, applause. Cue the applause.
Hello, James.
Well, thank you.
3.6
yeah.
million subscribers. Is that what I heard?
I haven't looked lately.
That's phenomenal. How
You
many
can have
years
so
did
many
it take you?
subscribers you don't even. Yeah, how long did that take?
How many years did it take you to get to 3.6 million?
Well, I mean, a long time if you look at it that way. I've been like 15 years doing this, but
So we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
15 more years, Gary, to do
Oh,
this, to reach
So you're
3.6 million people. I'm not. You know how old we're going to
Yeah,
be?
well, okay, we'll get into the details here, but you
Okay.
reached that at about 10 years ago, right? I mean, you hit the million mark a long time ago.
yeah. I forget exactly when.
When you're that successful, you don't have to remember.
But the
these
thing
things.
is, you make a. This is what you do as your living. Now, I don't
Yeah.
need to. This is what you. What did you do before this?
Let's see, a bunch, basically the same thing, but without getting paid, basically.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I did some other jobs. After college, I did editing jobs for like industrial safety training videos. I did wedding videography, edited those as well.
You were a nerd.
I was a nerd, yeah.
You were,
Well,
you
so
were in the
I'm-
AV. Were you in the AV club in school? Because I was.
You know what I was actually? Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah.
Well,
And just one other question, Gary. And I'm
Go
sorry, but I'm just on the nerd thing for right now. You self-identify as a nerd.
Yeah. Like it used to be more like, you don't want to be a nerd, but now I
Right.
think nerd has become more, people will
Well, I think after you
identify.
had Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
things really
no,
shifted.
Revenge of the Nerds did not revive the nerds at all. But
Well, I
Nerd now
thought that it
is
scared the
actually-
rest of us into making fun of nerds because it was their revenge.
I'm the one with 5 kids, basically in high school and college.
Or any of them nerds.
Being a nerd now is
Mhm.
cool. So my
Yeah.
kids, they're gamers the way I don't know what our equivalent would have been, pinball or something, but they are gamers. So you were a gamer, right? You still are.
Yeah, gamer, movie buff,
Well-
just all entertainment,
so
Correct
there's
me if I'm wrong.
3.6 million nerds out there.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, they'd have to be to, get into what your stuff you do, right? Because it's really nerdy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we like, when we say nerd, we're like, we're like kind of like, it means you're sort of, I guess, an authority on a topic. I don't know, like you're more obsessed.
Yeah, well, you're into things.
like,
You're into things that are probably more technical.
yeah,
Generally, they're very smart. They're good at math. Are you good at math?
I might be better now than I was as a kid. No, as a kid, I was not good at
But
math.
this transcends stereotypical nerddom. You played games, and correct me if I'm wrong, some popular games you thought kind of sucked, right?
Yeah.
And you sort of went online and went off on these games. The angry video game nerd.
That's
right?
why he's angry. Bad
Well,
game.
that's why he's angry. So what was the start of this? Did you just do it for your friends? Did you just put it on YouTube? How did this begin?
At first, it was just for my friends. It was just another thing. I just thought like, hey, because every project I did would be different than the last thing I did. So I would just go in all these opposite directions, be like, all right, let me try this. And I thought, well, how funny would this be to talk about this game that's like 15 years old or whatever at the time? And who else would remember this game? But the people who did would find it hilarious. And little did I know, like, more people connected with this than I thought. Like I didn't think of it as like I was speaking as a voice for a generation. I just thought it was just a little joke, like,
Well, that's great. I think that's how people kind of like become successful is they do something that they enjoy and love. And suddenly they find out that there's a lot of other people that share that interest. Like,
Yes,
and
Kenny and
it
I are the
grows very
voices.
organic.
Kenny and I are the voices of a generation that's dying, actually. But no, you did not go into this thinking, okay, this is going to be a viral phenomenon. You're just doing it for giggles. And you're what, 13 when it starts? I mean, not now.
No. Well, I was probably 13 when I started making videos, but at the Angry Nerd, I was 24. Yeah, no, I was 23 going on 24 at the time. And then, but that was before YouTube also.
Well,
those videos sat on a shelf. And then when YouTube came out, by that point I was going on 26 and posting them online. And that's when they got, started picking up steam, first.
but
Now,
I have
to
to
know.
I don't know if you know this, Gary, about me, but I am a gamer.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I belong
What,
to GameSpot.
Pac-Man?
No, playing right
Ms.
now.
Pac-Man.
No, I actually just sent back Tom Clancy, but I'm playing the new Call of Duty, which is unbelievable. I also worked for G4. I directed a show for G4. Did you watch G4, James?
Yeah, I remember G4. Yeah.
Yeah. So I directed a show with Tina Summerford and Laura Foy.
When, though, did you realize that you could monetize this? You were gathering viewers. Give us some of that. We don't understand. How do you go from 50 viewers to 3.6 million subscribers?
Are you telling me we have 50 viewers?
We have more than 50 viewers. We have many subscribers, but we don't have 3.6 million. But it's not about how we can do it. How did you do it?
I don't really know, but I just kept doing my thing, and it would just keep picking up. So I just kept carrying on like usual. That's what I do to this day. Just still make the content I enjoy, and it.
So you still haven't chosen a career, really.
But
at what point? At what point? Number
of
people? How many people did it have to go to for you to be able to monetize it to a point where you didn't really have to get another job? So like when you hit like 500,000, that was like. Well, do you remember the number?
I don't remember the number, but I remember it more like it was more like waiting for the just the ability to do it, because at the time it was so new. Nobody was getting paid on YouTube. It was just like nobody even thought that was possible. Even just the idea of uploading a video, a few years before that seemed unthinkable.
Right.
So once YouTube came out, that wasn't the first thought that came to my mind, but after like a year, I'm editing, other videos at this time that I'm getting paid for. So I'm working my regular 9 to 5, and then I come home and I work on Angry Video Game Nerd and stuff like that. So that was a time when I was like, you know what? Imagine if I didn't have that other job I had to go to. Then I can just do Angry Video Game Nerd and do all the things I really want to do. So then it became like, okay, how do we get paid for this?
Right.
And at first there were some other platforms that outside of YouTube that started coming up. There's a site called Rever, I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
That was the first time I ever heard where, you can get paid for like posting videos. And it wasn't a lot. But then there was Blip, and eventually then I started getting paid from Viacom owned sites, Game Trailers and Spike TV. So I'd post my content on there first. So it went through all these different ways before YouTube started paying. And now, after all these years, they don't pay as much anymore. So now we sell brand deals. So we have to make most of our money off of.
Now, does it automatically happen that you're on YouTube, and as your base starts to grow and grow and grow, all of a sudden there's a check in the mail?
No, it was, you had to like get a partnership. It was a partnership or a multi-channel network like Screenwave, like they handle the business stuff for me. So,
it's more complicated as far as YouTube is concerned in order to get on the payroll.
You were certainly hoping they would just start sending us money.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you have to set it up. And even once you do that, like now, videos get demonetized really easily. Like there might be like, I don't know, like an image or a clip of music or something in there that might get, like a copyright holder demonetizes it. Or sometimes it's like cursing, like YouTube's not gonna, they're starting to, not like cursing as much yet, which I understand, like with, kids and stuff, but I always felt there should just be a rating and just make it simple. There should be some kind of like, this is for mature audiences,
Yeah.
And they are trying to do that, I think.
I saw one of your videos where you kind of like show us your I guess, I don't know if it's your basement where you have all those, your VHS store set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in that and there's all of these VHS and you have a collection. You're a collector, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the VHS tapes I just had, and
never returned.
Never returned. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, do you get recognized when you go to the mall? When you take a trip into New York City? Do you get mobbed? Is there an age group specifically that goes, "Oh my God"?
Yeah, I don't get mobbed unless it's at like an announced event. Like,
I think what he wants to know: do you get chicks?
But are you a married guy?
I'm married. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to start.
But I do get recognized, but not like it's never a mob. It's not. It's comfortable. Like
you don't feel like the Beatles necessarily.
No, I mean
I knew he was going to work in the Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles.
I knew he was
We're going to get into the Beatles because I know you're watching Get Back as we speak, not as we speak.
Oh yeah, we have to circle back. I got to finish it, but yeah, I started.
Well, you know,
Can we go back to collecting? And I know Gary has collections.
Yeah, I have collection. Well, we'll get into that later.
When did you start collecting, and what did you start collecting? Because I'm not a collector.
Oh,
I'm a outer. There's a lot of stuff that I would have had large collections of, but it was always to me like, this is a lot of crap. I got to get rid of this stuff.
Well, I'm at that point now where I'm like, okay, because now, you know, I have children that are accumulating stuff. So I got to start making
there's a lot of stuff.
This has got to be a playroom. I got to get this.
Right.
You know, now I'm trying to like, you know.
But this collection you have must be worth a lot of money right now. I mean, I can't believe when I see stuff that they're selling or people are showing the old platforms, the original Nintendos, the little gadgets. Those things are selling for a lot of money now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could probably be a full-time job just sitting there and assessing all these or getting them assessed and figuring out how much.
What would you say is the most valuable thing you have?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just there's probably some NES games in there that are pricey just for being
like
rare.
Which ones?
I know that there's a game called Cheetah Men 2, and that game it's a sequel to Action 52, and it's just if you have that cartridge, it's like it's just extremely rare. And these aren't good games either. Like usually the ones that are really rare are very bad games.
But you still can play them because you have the device to play them on, right?
Yeah.
Somebody would have to have the device to be able to play it on.
Yeah, or a ROM or something. Like people can like, you know, get the games where they're not official, but like they're out there. But to have like the cartridge is like the collecting factor.
Is there something that you want to get a hold of? An item, a collection that you go, that would get me really turned on to have that as part of on my shelf.
Like a butcher cover of the Beatles, like I have that could put my son through Harvard, like that.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Well, is there something that you have your eyes on that you go, this is a game or a device that would be a great addition to my collection?
I mean, if you ask me in a month from now, maybe because I go kind of from episode to episode where I'm like, okay, what do I need to make this a good video? Like, what does this video need in it? And if it's a game that I don't have, then I gotta go seek it out.
Oh, you buy it on the market.
Sometimes, yeah. Like sometimes if it's like, okay, there was an episode we did on Game Boy accessories, and it was all about all the weird things you could hook up to a Game Boy. Like everything from headphones to like sonar, like you play a fishing game and actually play it on a boat and it uses sonar,
yeah,
you know,
right.
Weird stuff like that. And so I went on eBay and was just looking for all these different accessories for the Game Boy, and that's what you see in the episode.
How much did it cost you?
See, that one I don't remember. I remember,
but is it like $100 or less? More?
Oh, it depends. Probably each one of those things could be 100 or more.
100 or more.
Let me ask you
this. Not like 1,000.
In your collection, do you have the 1996 classic A Night of Total Terror? Do you have the head incident? Do you have Kung Fu Werewolf from Outer Space? Do you have It Came from the Toilet?
Do you have Debbie Does Dallas?
Yeah.
No, but these films, as you know, are early creations of your obsession with making movies, right? From being 13, 16 years old.
Yeah.
Where are those now?
Oh, I uploaded them. They're on YouTube, or they might not be. I don't know, because some of them I remember like it was in the early days where stuff would get taken down because it has music in it or something, you know. Because I would use like whatever music I had, you know, back then.
Yeah, right.
So like I would, you know, basically use like copyrighted music, and then on YouTube. I mean, nowadays, like it's not as much of a problem. It'll just demonetize the video. But back then it was like the video could get taken down. Your channel.
You get a cease and desist?
Not like that, but like YouTube would just right. They put a strike on your channel, or your channel get taken down, like this and that. But
well, now on your channel, you have, it's kind of the umbrella. The umbrella name of your company, at least I saw, was Cinema Massacre.
Yeah, Cinemassacre. Yeah,
A Cinemassacre.
To me,
and then if you go on that site, then you can choose from different shows.
Yeah, basically.
So run down for us what the shows are.
The Curse of the Cat Lover's Grave. These are some of the best titles I've ever heard.
What are those, Gary? Are those movies?
Those are his movies.
Your short movies. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were short films.
The Jersey Devil. That's yours, right?
These are really good titles.
Legend
They're excellent titles.
Yes.
Jersey Odyssey's Legend of the Blue Hole.
Oh, you gotta like The Deader the Better. That's
the Deader the Better, of course.
That might be my favorite title.
Before you answer Kenny's question, are you still looking to become Spielberg or Rob Zombie, or are you very happy in the world that you're in? Or Fred Rogers, or are you happy in the world that you're in? I really want to know this.
Wow, maybe like all those a little bit. I like to be a little Fred Rogers, I guess.
Why don't you ask me if I'm happy in the world I'm in?
I hear how miserable you are every week, Kenny.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, Rob Zombie though is a pretty accurate because I like to I play music and do film. Of
course.
And Rob Zombie did that too, where he started out doing music and then started doing films at a later age.
Have you found your milieu, or are you still expanding it? Are you still gravitating toward something else? I mean, you're doing very well. You could be happy and probably retire with your 401. He's the man alone.
He's happy, Gary. What do you want him to do?
My point is stay where you are. You're killing it. But maybe you're still thinking about, getting an A budget someday. I want to know.
Okay, well, he'll have to text you.
Let's see. Well, I'm happy like jumping from project to project. I think I wrote a feature film. I don't think of it as like a huge A budget. Because I like keeping things low budget. I like keeping them small and minimal.
Well, we don't have that in common.
Oh yeah, because that's what Cinemassacre is to me. It massacres the traditions of cinema. It's just kind of do it yourself, kind of like I like keeping things smaller.
Let's go back to the shows that are on. The one I know obviously is Angry Video Nerd, right?
Video game,
and that show you do what on?
Oh, so that one's all the games that you might remember from your childhood, but you'd rather wish that you didn't.
Right. So and so that's kind of like a review or something of how bad these games are. And you're pissed basically because you bought the game and it sucks, and you want to share this with other people. And then what's the other show?
You know what's bullshit? You still doing that?
Oh, that's a big one. There are a bunch of them written actually. For it's bullshit. It's basically just like, ripping apart something that's very trivial, like things that aren't important. Like why do?
Oh my God!
Like why do paper clips suck or something like that?
Kenny needs to be your guest.
Oh,
you can have live Kenny segments on this show.
I have a lot of complaints.
Oh, you have no idea. You two need to become just peas in a pod.
Yeah,
Kenny should be your man in the street for.
Wow.
Now you have to call it "What's This BS" or something.
Could I be his guy in the office? Because I hate going down the street. So forget about that.
All right. Well, I love the concept of that show.
Yeah, that's cool. Great. That's great. And then what other shows do you have?
Let's see. There was a bunch of them. I did a board game one. It was Board James.
Okay.
Which kind of turned into a psychological horror film by the end, and then it killed off everybody in the show. But it was really dark.
That sounds fun. That's good.
Yeah, but it started off. The first episode was hey, we're gonna play Mousetrap, and it was just this really like fun little video. But then it kind of worked into this weird cerebral plot. And other shows. And
you're acting in these things, right?
Yeah.
Is somebody helping you shoot it? Like who's doing camera?
Yeah. Sometimes a lot of times it's just me and the camera, but other times I need somebody to, if it's a moving shot or somebody's in it, okay. I'd say it's half and half. Obviously the past couple of years, people haven't been over as much, but we're starting to get back now to filming in person. But for a while it was just me. All by myself shooting everything, and it was getting difficult at times.
So how much time do you spend on your job, which is this channel, your YouTube channel? How much time do you spend on it?
9 to 5.
Oh, you do like regular hours. You get up and you go downstairs, and you never can be late or anything, right? Because
basically,
you're really attracted to this whole.
Yeah, you go downstairs. There's nobody there.
Yeah, I mean, not nobody. My family's here, but you know,
But you're in the
depends.
basement.
In the summer. Okay, in the summer, like yeah, everybody's home more often. During COVID, everybody was home more often.
Right, I get that.
But
I
yeah.
guess my question is, so from 9 to like noon, what time do you take lunch?
Oh, 9 noon. Oh, when do I take lunch?
Yeah.
Usually I don't. Usually I just eat breakfast and then dinner.
Wow, so you're in the basement from 9 till 5?
Well, or wherever I'm shooting. Sometimes if I'm shooting somewhere else, but yeah, I mean, it's basically that. Or well, actually, I'm not usually. Sometimes I'm at. A lot of times I'm also at my computer. I'm not shooting. Like not every day is a filming day.
Right, but basically it's a full-time job. It's not like a couple of hours a week you put into this thing. This is a full-time 9 to 5 kind of gig.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be a 12-hour a day thing. Back like way back, like maybe the first like few years for sure. Before I was a father, I would just work relentlessly around the clock and like not sleep and everything. And I got really sick doing that too.
Isn't that some kind of like ACDC? Not ACDC. What am I thinking?
Is it ADHD? Is that where you're going? You got your acronym.
That's where I'm going.
Well, okay,
It's well,
that brings me to my question. It's a little deeper than that. You are, and I'm being totally honest, such a nice looking, affable, great smile, funny guy.
Thank you.
And yet your characters can be very angry. Your subject matter it gets very dark, very dark. Where does that come from? Is this a polarity, or is that what inspires you? Is to be dark and angry?
It's therapeutic, I guess. Like you could just. It's why the videos are fun. It's fun to just I get to play a crappy game and then just yell at it. But no, I don't know. I think it's always I would always act when I didn't have anybody else. So sometimes they would just be me in my room with the camera as a kid, and I would just make films with puppets and stuff, or I'd sometimes act as different characters where I'd change the costume. And this was before I knew about editing, so I would just
apparently before you knew about people.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, I had friends too. I had a really great group of friends in my neighborhood. They're really funny people, and they kind of helped shape me to be who I am. But they weren't around all the time. Like sometimes it would be like they had other engagements, or they were
Well, I heard you tell a funny story about when you were kids with your group of kids, and you would make up these movies on the spot, and all your friends would do it. But then you'd start writing scripts, and your friends had to memorize lines, and they lost interest.
Oh yeah,
is that true?
Oh yeah, they would goof off. I mean, it was funny. It was really funny. But I mean, there were days when like I was really frustrated. Like, oh, come on, guys, we're trying to get this done. But I look back, I'm like, oh man, that was fun. Like one time. We set up the camera, and we're all ready to go. It's me and two of my friends. We're in the room, and I had to leave for a second to go to the bathroom or something. I leave the room. I come back, and they're like, "Hey, Jim, you want to check out the footage?" I'm like, "Well, we didn't really shoot that much yet." They're like, well, just to get motivated. I think it'd be great just to check it out for some inspiration. Like, okay, all right, cool. I put the tape in, and all I see a shot of the wall, and then they both come into frame with their butts. They pull down their pants and moon the camera. And I'm like, oh God, guys, you got me. You got me.
Well, that's the key to going viral, Kenny. I think I see our next episode.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to do it now? No.
No.
What do your friends think now? That group of friends, they're bankers, they're whatever, they're teachers, and they see you doing what you started doing in your basement. Living a very, and I mean this respectfully, youthful life. I mean, your target audience is quite young.
But they're also, let me ask you something. Yeah. Is your target audience basically you? Other people in their basement watching you?
I don't know. I think it's a lot of people. I think there's young people, and there's people my age. There's probably a lot of people my age, because a lot of people tell me I've been watching your stuff for 15 years. And like people who say that obviously have to be more, well, they don't have to be my age, but maybe they were just a little younger than they should have been when they started. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, So now you get feedback. How do you get your feedback? Just an email, people contact you with and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on social media because I just work on video. So I just
Oh, really?
concentrate
Because
on.
I would think that to promote your
Yeah.
show, social media would be a large part of that.
Yeah, no, I use it. I use it usually as like, to promote the new video and everything, or give a little update or something like
But
that.
you must get some kind of viewer feedback if you have such a large audience.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I just keep going, just
Deleting everybody's messages.
I just concentrate on the next video, and just put my heart and soul into it, and just do the best I can. And
You are your own
I guess my
marketer.
question was, every morning when you wake up, are there like 10,000 emails with comments about your show?
Well, usually more people use social media than email now, but
okay.
yeah.
And you're not on social
Kenny's
media.
still on AOL.
And now,
okay,
no,
AOL,
and
yeah.
now I know why you don't go on social media.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, you just keep doing your thing, and just do your best job that you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no,
I'm really happy with what I do.
I agree with that. I'm most curious, and I always want to tell people that we wish they would write us more or anything.
Oh, okay.
We want
like,
feedback.
what was it like? Say like 40 years ago, like or like.
Well, I was a child.
MTV, or in the MTV early days, and like, what was feedback like then?
Well, the thing about MTV
Smoke signals.
Smoke signals.
The thing about MTV was we didn't have as many viewers as subscribers as you have. When we started, we were not in the big markets. We were in small markets initially. So for the first year at least, we had nothing from anybody. We didn't hear anything from nobody. So yeah, and then it just slowly started to like break out, and then we started to grow, and then adjust like that. But in the beginning, nobody knew us. We used to give out t-shirts, MTV t-shirts, right in front of our office on 6th Avenue, just to promote MTV.
Kenny's picture was on the back. No,
but so yeah, that's what we used to
do. James, or may I call you Jim now that we know each other? Jim. I was in marketing for years and years and years, but traditional marketing for the most part, television commercials and so on. I would get clients up till recently going, "Oh, we want to do a commercial that goes viral." And I go, "Well, you can't really create a commercial that goes viral, but you've had things go viral. Are there some elements that you see consistently that encourage something to be?
You mean the recipe
more often?
The recipe
is there somewhat of a recipe?
I don't know. I think viral is the luck part.
I think so too.
Yeah, if you just add that with like persistence and stuff, then just a lot of luck and a lot of patience.
And a couple guys pulling down their pants.
Do you review the contemporary games, new releases that just come out now? Do you do any of that?
Sometimes.
Oh, you will.
Sometimes
okay.
I do. It's usually old stuff. Every once in a while, I'll talk about something new, or like or maybe even only 10 years old as opposed to like 30 years old or something.
Now we touched on this. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was just going to say, I don't know if Gary knows this, but in games, there's all kinds of different genres. There's first-person shooters, there's role-playing games, there's all of those multi. What do they call them with the online games? Anyhow, which ones are what as far as a gamer? What games do you prefer?
I'm
a first-person shooter.
Oh yeah. If I'm playing a modern game, I like something that's really immersive, that makes you feel like you're there. Not necessarily VR. I would like to try some more VR, but just the idea of a game where you're exploring and you start to get really into the environment and just feel like you're exploring.
Now, would that be the role-playing games? Or more?
Not so much. I think the role-playing games are more like. I mean, they you do explore, but it's a little bit more based on what's the best way to explain a role-playing game? Like,
Kenny has one called Little French Maid.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. No, all right. Am I being too mean?
Yeah, no, but I do want to ask him about VR. What's your thoughts on this? Is where what is it called? Is it Facebook? It's called the Quest or something like that. It's the helmet
well,
that you not the helmet, the goggles.
I
You
mean,
put on,
visual
yeah.
reality?
The name of it, virtual reality. Yeah.
Virtual reality?
Yeah. So
Mhm.
Facebook they're heavily behind. So you've tried it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have tried some. Not nearly enough, but I have tried some of them.
Would you get one?
Yeah, I think I would at some point, especially
Yeah.
if I do some videos about it. But right now right now I'm working on a nerd episode, so
Well,
I have the
you touched on the fact that brands come to you now, right?
mm-hmm,
Brands, they want your approval or they want your name on something.
mm-hmm.
That has to be fun. Right?
Yeah.
They just called you up because of the popularity. They see your numbers, they see your subscribers, say, hey, could we get you to look at, can you name some of those brands, or is that?
Oh, can I name some of the brand agencies?
Well, that approach you to say, hey, we want to say that we're endorsed by, Fred Rogers.
Oh yeah, I mean, these earbuds, which I use, the Raycon wireless earbuds.
Yeah,
like that's one. There you go. There's a commercial. So
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Can we split the money on that commercial?
Yeah, and I use them too. I really use them too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that
Oh,
I mean,
I'm wearing another one. There you go.
are you really?
Great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
Hey, I heard that you could be my son if I was a young father.
You know what? I think because he sent me the links to your IMDb pages and stuff. If you were born in '57, that's the same year my dad was actually born. So
well, there you go. I rest my case. But he was a young father.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting into the Beatles now a little bit.
Oh, well, I've always been into all rock music, from the '60s till now. I mean, yeah, the Beatles, of course. They're one of the all.
I just realized I'm older than his father.
I am. Yeah.
Oh, look, a left-handed Hofner.
Wow.
How unusual. Well, I just always find everything, it's stuck. I just find any person that's younger than I am who's interested in the creation that Get Back shows of how music came out of thin air. And I know you love music. Has that been inspiring to you?
Yeah. By doing music, it's not so much to make the music. It's kind of more about getting closer to the music and just figuring out how it was made. And that's how I guess it started with movies too. It was like, oh, I wonder how they did that, how they do that special effect or whatever. So by playing guitar, it gets me closer to understanding what goes into music and also just appreciating it more.
So are you going to, right after we do this show, are you going to go back and do one of your shows? And do you know what you're going to do today? Do you have already
today, right? Yeah, right after this I'm going to record a movie review or topic. It's a topic more like that.
Can you give us a little bit like a
you can't
sure,
share with us. You can?
Yeah, I think I was just because it's a topic about best picture winners at the Academy Awards over its 92-year history, and just kind of I don't go year by year, but I just kind of say looking back, oh, this movie should have won this year, I think, or just giving opinions. That's all it is, just opinions. Oh, I agree with this one, I don't agree with this one. Kind of because the Academy Awards kind of have become like a genre sort of even when you say an Oscar-worthy movie, sometimes it's used ironically, it'd be like, oh, well, Nicolas Cage's performance in Vampire's Kiss when he's going off the rails, that's an Oscar-worthy performance. It's used ironic sometimes.
Right.
And just out of curiosity, have you seen many of the movies that are nominated this year?
Yeah, I do get into that. I say that because every year I like to watch all the nominees because to me, what I look at it as, it doesn't matter who wins. It's just somebody's opinion. But what you get out of it is a list of recommendations. It's just a list of films that I might not have seen had it not been nominated. So
I would think as a nerd, self-identified nerd, you would be into the Marvel movies and the Batman movies and those kind of movies. Not so much Power of the Dog. Am I right?
Oh, I mean, because on our channel we talk about those type
the Power of the Dog.
We talk about franchise films. I'm always going to hear about the next Spider-Man movie or something, but I'm never going to hear about an and then like I watched well, of the films that I've seen so far of the Oscars, and you know, this is like an ongoing thing. Like sometimes it'll, like I won't watch them all in one session. I'll kind of just do it, you know, like Don't Look Up, I thought was amazing.
Right.
But
that's kind of a nerd movie because it actually features they are nerds. Right.
Yeah, right.
You know,
there's some science involved.
Yeah, the nerds are actually the heroes, the only smart ones in that movie. So that makes sense.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like a nerd movie. Although the other guy who's a nerd is more kind of like the villain though too, because he's you know,
yes. Well, it shows both sides of the nerdom.
Yeah.
There's good nerds.
Oh, nerd talk.
Yeah.
I know this isn't an Oscar-worthy film necessarily. It's not. It just came out. Have you seen Batman?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
And what's your
actually posting a review today, I think.
Okay. Can you reveal it?
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Oh,
anyway?
sure. Yeah. I mean, I tend to like the Batman movies usually more than other Marvel, like
me too.
Batman's DC, but the Marvel heroes usually are more like I think it's because Batman doesn't have superpowers. That just makes him more interesting to me. But this movie I thought was the best overall Batman movie.
Really?
Of all of them, yeah.
Well, they keep making the creation of Batman movie over and over. It's I thought they'd done this and now they're doing it again, but everybody's telling me, and I'm going to go see it tomorrow, that it's great. That it's great.
Yeah. Because what I like is that it doesn't have to tell you like, oh, his parents get killed. You don't have like,
we know this.
Yeah, you already know. So it doesn't bother you with any of that type of stuff. It just starts up and you're going. You know?
I can't imagine the original meeting where they were trying to come up with a title for the new Batman, and the best they could come up with was The Batman?
You know,
why don't we just call it The Batman? As opposed to what? A Batman? Let's call it A Batman.
Save it for your show. What is this bullshit?
Yeah.
Well, I do like. I dislike when movies do that, when it's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
right?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This one at least has a reason, I think, because in the original comics, he was first referred to as the Batman. Inside of the Detective Comics story,
the Batman.
The Batman, yeah. So I think the message is that they're bringing it back to its detective roots. There's a lot more investigation in this movie, a lot more like crime solving.
Yeah.
Whereas it became more action.
I thought it was just like that's the way us old people refer to everything.
Well, that's
like the Google.
The Google. Well,
there's the internet
of the title, because I think it was the TV show that just cartoonized the whole thing, and it became Batman. And a theme song. It wasn't the Batman. It was Batman.
It doesn't have the same ring.
Took it over. Yeah.
But God only knows what the next Batman is going to be called.
Maybe Bat Dash Man.
I mean, they've really used up every possible thing you could do. Dr. Batman.
Dr. Batman.
So besides all these things we're talking about, what's on the horizon right now? I mean, is there something a little bit different?
Well, he's going to go upstairs and get lunch.
we know that, but
and then he's going to come back and start working.
And I am going to ask you to look into the camera, and you can say no, but if you could say to my son Chris, and if you were the angry, game show nerd, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. But if you at the very least said, "Hey, this is James Rolfe, Chris, I'm glad you're a fan," it ups my dad equity just a little bit.
Okay.
Would you do it?
Sure.
Right in the lens.
Hey, Chris, love that you're a fan. Thanks so much.
There you go. There's my personal soundbite.
Could you talk dirty for me, James? Just I don't know. Since we're all
I interrupted my own question. So
things.
Kind of what's on the horizon after lunch? And I don't just mean today.
Well, he told us what he's going to be doing. He's going to be asked the Academy Award thing.
Yeah, but no, I looking down the 10-year lens here.
We won't be around, Gary.
That's what I want to know, what he's doing when we're 6 feet under. I want to know. I'm going back to that Spielberg thing. There's always a carrot out there for a creative person like yourself. I mean, what do you see 10 years?
Leave the man alone.
He wants to sit
to leave the in his alone. Basement and do his video reviews, and you want him to like go out and do the shit. Leave the man.
By his humor, I really want to see you get that low budget big film that you want. I want to see that happen. So, is there a plan? Is there an agent? Give me something.
Wow. Yeah. No, I like that.
Just make something up. We'll never get out of here unless you just tell them you want to
I
make
want
the
an
next
answer.
Dune.
Are you going to seek an agent? Are you sending your stuff out? Come on.
Like,
come on.
Well,
You are
I
his
don't.
dad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really much of an agent person, but I mean, I'm like overly creative, not very business, you know. But I really like the term you said sums it up. A low budget, big film. I have a horror film I wrote, and I plan to do that some year. Right now, it's not a priority. Right now, I want to keep making nerd videos, and I have some other secret projects this year I plan to be doing. There's actually a bunch of stuff all going on. Recording a cover album of like 80s party music, basically. But the film, I rewrote it as a short film. It was originally going to be a feature, but I think it works better as a 30-minute film. So I think it's more condensed.
What's the title?
Well, the title, let's see.
You got all these great titles.
It came from the toilet.
The title could always change. I mean, right now we're calling it Gnome Cave, which is named after a amusement park ride in
I already
movie.
like it.
Yeah.
Gnome Cave. I like it. Look,
I did
as
a
your
video-
surrogate father, I want to know that you're putting a little something out of this angry nerd money aside so that you've got a little startup money.
Can we
to
be
seek
on your
other
show?
Investors.
Can we be on your show?
He doesn't want us.
No. I know he doesn't want us, but he's got 3.6 million subscribers.
He doesn't do interview shows, but
Well,
yeah,
it may not be an interview. Maybe I could, I don't know. Maybe I could, I don't know. What would I do? He'll come up with something. He's the creative guy. He's in the basement the
You're
whole
the
day.
creative guy in the
Certainly he
basement,
can figure out one way to get us on the show. Anyhow.
All right, take my advice. Just
Don't
put a
listen to
little
Ken.
something aside. I say to everybody, say to my kids, take 10% of whatever you're making, put it in the bank. 10% every week, 10%.
Where are you now, by the way, in your bunker?
Are you in Jersey?
Where are you? Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to say where you are. What's your address?
No, I don't want the
We'll
address.
be right
I
over.
just want to know, can you give me the vicinity?
Yeah, right now. I'm in the most quiet area I have, which is a set in my garage right now. This is where I'm at in this interview.
Oh, this is a set in the garage.
Yeah, as you can see.
Where's the car?
Got my guitars in the back.
Where's the guitar? Where's the car?
Oh, the car?
Yeah. There's no room for the car.
He doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, that's right.
He sends the children out to the grocery store.
Okay. No, I just want to get a sense of, okay, so outside, I know that all you know is the garage, but if you did go outside, what would you see?
Theoretically.
Yeah, what would you see?
Would you see New Jersey?
Yeah, well, let's just keep that vague, I guess.
All right, good.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
He doesn't, you know why he's saying keep it vague? He doesn't know.
Kenny and I introduced the show.
He has no idea.
It's an infinite green screen that goes on and on and
Right.
on and on.
I tell everybody Kenny's from Calabasas. We want people to show up at our door.
Oh, yeah.
We're begging for the attention.
Okay.
I don't want them at my door.
Hey, James, Jim, if I may, this has been a real pleasure. This has been a lot of fun. And I know, and our fans are mostly kind of our age, but they're going to find this very interesting. And we're hoping that, younger fans too are going to go, oh my God, James Rolfe is on the show.
Well, will you at least mention us on your show?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. When this goes up, I mean,
you'll definitely mention us. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, this was a lot of fun. It's a real joy. And I'm a fan, and.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Did I tell you about my favorite thing to do when I video gaming? It's the best thing. And why I enjoy the first person shooters, especially the World War II first person shooters. Nothing gives me a better experience than when I make myself a cocktail, a martini, and I put on a Call of Duty, and I get the sniper. I get into sniper mode, and I'm able to shoot a Nazi, and then take a sip of my martini, and then I put the martini down, and then I shoot another Nazi, and then I take another sip of my martini. That to me is a wonderful, just wonderful way to spend an evening.
You could be angry middle-aged nerd.
Oh, I'm not angry. I'm delighted. I'm getting wasted. I'm drinking my
angry
martini.
middle-class nerd.
No, it's a very civilized way to kill Nazis. Okay.
Sipping murder. Hey, go back, enjoy, go monetize the rest of your day.
Okay,
buddy. Thanks again.
It's been a real joy having you.
Thank you.
Hope to see you
much.
soon. And thanks for the little clip for my son. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I found that to be a lot of fun. I found him to be very interesting.
It's always fun. We always have a good time.
Well, I get a little animated sometimes when I really get into somebody, and I've just found this guy to be so nice and so friendly, and I got excited.
Well, that's great, because he didn't like you.
No, I could tell. I could tell. I didn't know, Kenny, that you were a gamer. I really didn't
I am. And
I didn't know you drank martinis and killed Nazis.
Yeah, first of all, well, I guess sometimes I get so tired of watching TV, I just don't know what's on. And video games are very immersive and escapist. So yeah, I actually enjoy it. And I think it'll be curious to see with this VR thing, what's going to happen. Because when you put these goggles on, and I've tried it, after a few minutes, you get a little nauseous. You get a little disassociated with reality. But now they say they've corrected a lot of that. But what and now they're using this virtual reality thing in so many things. They're training pilots, they're training people. I mean, to be able to do this. So the future, I mean, what's going to happen with the VR things is going to be fascinating. But I will also say that like every other business, I think the sex trade business is really going to grow in the VR business. Everybody's going to be able to put on these VRs.
That happens already, though. I mean, that technology.
I'm sure it does. I haven't gotten that, but I'm sure that's what we're going to
you will.
And I imagine a couple in bed that they both will have on the VR and
somebody else.
Yes, and having sex with somebody else while I anticipate that will happen in the future.
I can't say that I'm going to do that. And I got to be honest, even though we were on with somebody who started his career in gaming and commenting on it and creating characters, my kids all do it obsessively, a couple of them, 3 of them. I don't get into it at all. At all. I'd actually rather play Pac-Man probably than play.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing that's fascinating in the gaming industry that's more and more with each year. So I play these first-person shooter games. I know they're violent, but the animation, the computer animation, what they call the cutscenes of the characters as they go, has become so real, so amazing. My wife has actually walked in the room and said, what movie is this? And I'm like, no, it's not a movie. It's a video game. And, we're really getting to the point where.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What is the sociological impact? And I don't mean to get real heavy here, but I am concerned that it anesthetizes people to obliterating human beings with AR.
I do have a theory about that.
15s. All right.
Okay. When I was growing up, we were really violent. I remember playing cowboys and Indians. The first thing I had whole movies of me wearing like holsters with, 6 shooters and the cowboy thing, and going out and remember some kids were sometimes you'd be the Indian and sometimes you'd be the cowboy, and it was shoot them up and bang, bang, bang. And it was a lot of violence. Yeah. And I grew up to be, anti-gun, anti-violence, anti-all of those things. I think if you're a kid that is that kind of thing, I don't think you're going to become a violent. I don't think it makes it. I don't think it makes a human being violent.
And I don't think my children are violent. In fact, quite the opposite. Now, I grew up playing cowboys and Indians. We grew up playing World War II, and we'd shoot each other. And then when we were dead, we would jump and say, "Okay, I'm a new man," right?
Yep.
But
that's what I intend on doing actually when I do die.
New man.
But
we didn't see our blood splattered and our guts coming out. And these video games, I've seen my kids play them. It's like they are obliterating human beings.
Yes.
There's
I still don't think it will
makes me uncomfortable.
Okay. But while it may desensitize, I don't think it desensitize, but I think that reality is a far cry. If somebody saw any of that happen, it would be traumatic. And I don't care what video game thing. So I don't personally think it's like, listen, even with music, remember when everybody was saying what music was going to do to us? It was going to turn us crazy.
But are we certain, and we don't have to go too far down this, but are we certain that there isn't a percentage? Because it seems that the violent crime is, or at least on a more massive scale, has increased. Are we sure that there isn't some effect, that people are not making they're not distancing themselves from the virtual reality to reality?
I don't think so. I think the problems we have in a society are,
that if it's a trigger,
lack of educational. I don't think video games is
okay.
is an issue.
I accept that answer, and I don't disagree with it. There's an asterisk for me attached. I'm sure, just not sure, because of my own visceral reaction when I see my kids.
Hey, listen, just because right now I feel like blowing a hole in your head with a shotgun does not mean that the video games that I play has had any effect on
All
me.
right. Okay. But, you know, we've explained to people, we don't always tape our shows right at the minute. Sometimes it's a week or two ahead of time. It's hard to see you, someone that I trust for your political point of view very much, and seek your advice and wisdom.
Are you still talking to me?
Yeah, I know. I kind of got lost in the compliment, and I went too far. Thank you for watching the show, everyone. We're on all the popular podcast platforms. We're also on a streaming network, DBNA TV. And also we have our own YouTube channel. We'd love it if you'd subscribe to us and get us up to 3.6 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.